First of all, Quads, I would just like to thank you for this opportunity for this exclusive interview.
Yeah. No problem. Trying to beat you on in 15 minutes, though, so let's make it quick, Andrisco.
No problem at all. Mike, with the competition just weeks away, everybody wants to know what's going through your mind.
Well, I got one dream. Now scratch that, I got two dreams. One's to be Mr. Chivalron 2007. The other's to take a big enough shit to wipe my ass with every single page of that goddamn book of ethics.
I see, very descriptive, Mike. But what do you say to those who think you simply can't compete with Ricky Triceps?
I got three things to say. Aggravation, desolation, and the disrespect of an entire nation is the only thing that Richard Emmanuel Trinowski can look forward to. I'm coming for you, Rick. I'm coming for your soul. And with each passing day, I grow bigger. And when that day comes that we meet, you are the child, I am your father.
Mike, thank you for your candor, and please send my regards to your father. Thank you. Rick, I just came from Mikey Quad's house, and let me tell you something. He is ready, and he is hungry. How do you feel going into this competition?
Well, you know something, bud. Time after time, I got people coming up to me asking, Rick, how do you do it? How do you excel in everything you do? Well, I can only explain it like this. Do I consider myself just a bodybuilder? Oh, no. I consider myself a success builder. I'm like an old-time Indian huntsman scouring the plains in search of that elusive white buffalo. My white buffalo, however, is victory. And that is why they call me Coyote Rick. I will never stop in my pursuit of victory in every aspect of life.
And how do you explain the insatiable loyalty of your fans?
Well, bud, I like to call it Rickomania.
Rickomania it was, and it was sweeping across Chivalron. Everywhere you went, people couldn't stop talking about the man they called Coyote Rick.
Yeah, I know Richard.
Oh, Ricky Triceps!
I would follow Richard Trinowski's to the gates of hell.
Oh, Ricky Triceps, great man, great physique, great role model.
Rick, you're number one, baby, number one! Yes!
Rick.
Ricky.
Triceps.
Richard.
Trinowski.
Who?
I wouldn't be alive today if it weren't for Richard Trinowski.
Ricky Triceps fans were everywhere, and one of them was kind enough to let me into his home for an exclusive interview. John Miltonberger, a local factory worker whose obsession with Rick has motivated him to turn the entire inside of his home into one giant garage. His goal? To one day build a fast enough car to catch up to Ricky Triceps and his life in the fast lane. John, tell me, how do you feel about Ricky Triceps?
Well, bud, I gotta tell you, he's a hell of a guy. A hell of a guy. And he is the sole purpose I get up for every morning.
Is he ever? So, are you and Rick friends?
Well, bud, no, not exactly. Although I did shake his hand once back in '99 after his victory at the Croquet Masters tournament in Chivalron.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me you've never even met Rick?
Only in my dreams, bud. Only in my dreams.
So, what started this obsession with Rick?
Well, I'll tell you a funny story. Back in '95, I had to ask my buddy for a few tips on how to trim this beer gut right here. And he tuned me onto this little puppy. 15-minute tries, weapons of Mass Trinowski. Now, it has nothing to do with abs, as you can see. However, this guy has a lot of charisma.
You know, John, they just came out with that on DVD.
But DVDs are for faggots and women.
What kind of brew you drinking on there, Milty?
That would be Cook's Light, bud. I've been drinking all day. I went into the store. I thought the damn thing said Coors. Would you like one?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Use a tall, cool one. Oh, sweet mother of Abraham.
Tell you what. Why don't you come over here and I'll show you my collection of Rick gear.
All right.
First item up, bud, is this racket that was used by Rick himself in the Chivalron Open 04. I also hold a signed Ron Karkovice baseball card. Take a look.
Wait a minute, John. Ron Karkovice? This guy was a hell of a ball player.
That's right. One of my most prized possessions here is the Christmas album by Rick himself, Santa Claus. As you can see, it is signed right here by Rick Tranowski. Actually, I just signed that myself, but who really cares? Now, over here, I have something really special. This right here, bud, is what it's all about. The real deal, the big show.
Now, what exactly are we dealing with here,
What
John?
we're dealing with here, bud, is a 1972 Ford Mustang Shelby GT 500. Ooh, this puppy's got so much horsepower, it'd give your dead grandmother multiple orgasms.
That's it. I'm done. Shut it off. We're out of here. Let's go. Come on. While Ricky Triceps was basking in the glory of local superstardom, Mikey Quads was bulking up like a Canadian grizzly before the onset of winter.
Come on! 3 more! Ricky! Chivalron! Mr. Chivalron! I'm gonna win! Mine this year! It's mine!
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just received the first bit of bad news in the body shop's attempt for a sweep at the Mr. Chivalron. Just last night, Dennis the Delt Dipriani fell victim to a tragic lifting accident during his evening training session.
Denny just got news from the doc. Pretty bad news. He may never squat again.
This injury comes as a total shock to me. But after 19 supersets of squats, I guess sometimes the body just gives out.
Well, you know, Denny's wife called. He's really been having a tough time. So after clearing my schedule, I picked up some flowers and decided to pay old Denny a visit. I mean, it was the least I can do. What can I say? I'm Richard Tranowski and I am a compassionate man.
I wasn't really sure if I was going to make it. I even yelled to Ricky, pull the plug, pull the plug. I just couldn't take the pain, but Ricky was there for me.
Well, I really felt bad for Denny, seeing him helpless and useless, laying in that hospital bed. I mean, I thought, Rick, can you imagine how he must feel? What if you sprain your meniscus and were left to rot in a mire of self-pity? Then I thought to myself, hold on, wait a minute, you're Ricky Triceps, a Herculean thoroughbred whose body shall never perish.
Rick was a rock for me, taking care of my wife and kid while I'm out of commission. And what he told me was he was going to do a charity fun walk for me. I asked him to do one thing for me, just one thing, to win. And he did.